carrying 5 petrol bombs, which he planned to throw at John Paul because, he said, the Pope had too much money. Despite that scare, the Pope appeared determined not to let anything interfere with his personal contacts with the people. Back on the road again, and off for his second open-air mass in Australia. Smoke from small bushfires filled the air with a distinctive smell of burning gum leaves, an Australian welcome for a Polish Pope. Inside a huge tent, the sick and the disabled from around Australia.
I am privileged to welcome you today on behalf of the people of Australia who are physically, mentally or psychologically handicapped.
Father David Smith, himself a paraplegic. For him and all the others, the Pope had a message of hope.
Dear brothers and sisters, the cross of Christ has the power to transform the life of each and every one of you into a great victory over human weakness. The physical limitations you experience can be transformed by Christ's love into something good and beautiful, and they can make you worthy of the destiny for which you were created.
Pope John Paul criticized abortions, saying every life was sacred and unique. Then, like Christ, he went out among the sick and the handicapped and blessed them. Back in the Pope-mobile for a triumphant lap of the QE2 Stadium, where an estimated 78,000 people were waiting. Then, in one of the pictorial highlights of the trip, the Pope was taught how to nurse a koala. Several years ago, Australia's tourism minister, John Brown, described koalas as nasty, smelly creatures which scratch and piddle or urinate on you. Fortunately for John Paul, this koala was perfectly behaved. Time to go home, please. A quick pat from the Pope, and the koala was sent back to the sanctuary. Outside in the huge stadium, entertainment with a religious flavour for those who'd travelled from throughout Queensland and northern New South Wales for the Pope's second and most spectacular outdoor mass.
Listen to me and see, you're not alone in your journey. Trust in yourself and trust in me. Tell
Summoned by the music, the Pope emerged to a rapturous welcome. While his immediate audience today was Australian, the Pope had a wider message, a plea for unity in the Catholic Church throughout the world.
The one Catholic Church in Asia is Asian as well as European, slave as well as Australian, African as well as American, Byzantine as well as Latin. Such unity and universality are gifts which require shared effort and continual vigilance. Not only do we rejoice in these gifts, but we also must preserve them and build them up. The particular churches must bear witness to perfect unity in faith and ecclesial communion. They must work together to maintain unaltered the content of the Catholic faith, while at the same time translating this faith into a legitimate variety of expressions in accordance with different cultures.
The Pope's next stop was the Brisbane City Hall, where police earlier today arrested a man carrying 5 petrol bombs taped together with a single wick. The man was caught in the foyer of the building. He told police he had planned to throw the bombs down on the Pope from a high vantage point while the Pope was addressing the crowd. John Paul made no mention of the assassination attempt. Instead, he thanked the people of Brisbane for the warmth of his welcome. Police said the man they'd arrested had travelled from Sydney to Brisbane 3 days ago to kill the Pope. As he was being led away, he shouted out defiantly, "They don't make assassins like they used to, mate," he said.